Om Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalasphatiकाकृतिम् Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhirbhavatu Me Sada Yatpadambhoruhadhyana Vidhvasta Shesha Kalmashaha Vastutamupayato Yamuneyam Namamitam Yo Nityamachyutapadambujayugmarukma Vyamohatastaditarani Trinaya Mene Asmadguror Bhagavatosya Dayaika Sindhoha Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. Offering my pranamams to everybody assembled here, we'll start the next session. In the previous session, what we saw the summary of chapter 18. That is the summary shloka of chapter 18, which is by Swami Yamunacharya. Ishvare kartrata buddhihi sattvopadeyatantime svakarma parinamascha shastra sarartha uchyate. So that was what was told in the previous shloka, 22nd shloka of the Geetaartha Sangraha. So that completes all the 18 chapters. We have seen all the 18 chapters as summarized by Swami Yamunacharya, Alavandar. Now there are 10 more shlokas in the Geetaartha Sangraha, which give definitions of the things that we'll see later. We'll see now. We'll see those shlokas now. Just 1 second. Okay, so there are 10 more shlokas. Actually, for chanting, I thought because we have got a mail saying that the Sri Bhashyam class is advanced by 30 minutes. So we'll finish up today within about 20-25 minutes and we'll do chanting next time because we need time for dinner also. So we'll close in another 20-25 minutes time. So the last 10 shlokas of the Geetaartha Sangraha are where Swami Yamunacharya gives certain specific explanations, definitions and things like that, which we will start seeing now. Shloka number 23 of the Geetaartha Sangraha is like this. Karma yogas tapastirtha dana yajnadi sevanam jnana yogo jitasvantaih parishuddhatmani sthitihi. One more time. Karma yogas tapastirtha dana yajnadi sevanam jnana yogo jitasvantaih parishuddhatmani sthitihi. So what is the meaning of this? Karma yoga tapaha tirtha dana yajna adi sevanam jnana yoga jitasvantaihi parishuddha atmani sthitihi. That is the meaning. So what is karma yoga and what is jnana yoga? Swami Yamunacharya is giving one line description of each of these words, terms. Karma yoga is tapaha, means austerity. Tirtha means tirtha yatra or pilgrimage. Danam is charity. Yajna is sacrifice, penance, and so on, and others. Adi, tapaha, tirtha, dana, yajna, adi, sevanam. That is performance of all of these things. Whereas Jnana Yoga is Jitasvantaihi, means by those persons who have controlled their minds, Parishuddha Atmanisthitihi, being fully established in the Jivatman, which is without relation to the material body. So we are all not having Parishuddha Atma right now. But when we realize realization happens, then we get the Parishuddha Atma Sthiti. That is what Jnana Yoga is. Jnana Yoga Yitasvantaihi Parishuddha Atmani Sthitihi. So Karma Yoga is engaging in austerity, pilgrimage, charity, sacrifice and others. Jnana Yoga is the abundance in the purified Jivatman by those who have controlled their minds. This is a short summary of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Now Swami Vedanta Deshikar gives some explanation about what is told by Yamunacharya, that we will see now. He tells, Atha dashabhi shlokaihi sukhagrahanaaya karma yoga jnana yoga bhakti yogadinam swarupadikam vivinakti. Meaning, in the remaining 10 shlokas, for purpose of easy understanding and remembrance and grasping, the nature of karma yoga, jnana yoga and bhakti yoga are told by Yamunacharya, by Alavandar. Tatra karmayogasya lakshanam purvameva darshitam iti kritva. The characteristics of karma yoga have been told earlier itself while dealing with chapter 4. Chapter 3, chapter 4, karma yoga has already been told. Iti kritva tattat adhikarinam jnana shakti yogyata anugunyena yatha adhikaram parigrahartham चतुर्थ उक्तान अवान्तर भेदान अनुक्तान अपि सर्वान आदि शब्देन संगृह्णन् उदाहरति. However, depending on the knowledge, adhikari, the adhikari means the eligibility, the knowledge, capability and eligibility, this is told as per what is already not mentioned in chapter 4. So karma yoga is nothing but austerity, pilgrimage, charity, sacrifice and others. So till what time, till when should karma yoga be done is a question which comes. So it has to be, it is told us aphalodayam sadaram nirantara parigraha atra sevanam. So these are to be performed till fruition, till it gets the fruit. Well, karma yoga becomes fructified and we can start performing jnana yoga. Karma yoga should be done is what is told. And that this is also told in chapter 6 by Krishna himself. When he says, Arurukshor muner yogam karma karana uchyate, yogarudasya tasya shamaf karana uchyate, he says. So before, in the lower step, karma yoga is done. And when the person moves to the next step, the upper step, then jnana yoga, he transitions to jnana yoga. But in Sri Vaishnava Siddhanta, jnana yoga is supposed to be an optional step. So karma yoga, directly one person can go to bhakti yoga. Jnana yoga is optional is what they say. Or the person can adopt karma yoga, jnana yoga and bhakti yoga also. Bhakti yoga also, he can do all the three, or he can do only karma yoga, directly jump to bhakti yoga is what is told. Now, then after that he tells about jnana yoga. So atha means after performing of karma yoga. Atha is a very special word in Sanskrit. For example, even in Brahma Sutra it says athato brahma jignasa, means atha means after doing the first step, this is the second step is what atha means. After that, tat sadhyasya jnana yogasya adhikari pradarshana purvakam lakshanam aha nirantara chintana rupena iti sheshaha tena tat phala tat upaya jnanabhyam vyavachhedaha. The meaning is, after that, eligibility of jnana yoga is told and the characteristics of this are told. Jnana yoga means jitasvantaihi parishuddhatmani sthitihi, means subduing the sense organs and keeping the mind in control. Jitasvantaihi, subduing all sense organs, shamadama is what is told, keeping the mind in control, and also parishuddhatmani sthitihi, and continuous contemplation on the essential nature of jivatman as distinct and different from prakriti and its three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. This is jnana yoga. So how is the atman to be contemplated upon? If somebody has the question, then the ashta gunas of jivatman are asked as told in the Chandogyopanishad. So these ashta gunas, these are the parishuddha atma gunas, means the pure, the pristine, pure atma gunas as untouched by prakriti, as untouched by sattva, rajas and tamas. So prakriti viyukta atma gunas are told here, which are apahata papmatva, Vijaratva, Vimrutyutva, Vishokatva, Vishigatsatva, Apipasatva, Satyakamatva, and Satyasankalpatva. So the meaning of these words I will tell you in the next slide. They are coming in the Chandogyopanishad. Atman is supposed to have these Ashta Gunas. So it's told in Chandogyopanishad in this mantra. यः अपहाप्तपाप्मा विजरः विमृत्युः विशोकः विजिगत्सः अपिपासः सत्यकामः सत्यसंकल्पः सः अन्वेष्टव्यः means apahata papma is opposed to everything which is defiling, opposed to taint of sin. Next, vijaraha is opposed to aging or old age. Vimrityuhu opposed to death. Vishokaha opposed to grief or sadness. Vijigatsaha opposed to hunger. Apipasaha opposed to thirst. Satyakamaha having only true desire, and Satyasankalpa having true will. So these are the 8 Ashtagunas which are told in the Chandogya Upanishad. So this is the real nature of the Atman. Now, since we are under the sway of Prakriti, we don't have any of these gunas. We feel we don't have any of these gunas, but this is the real nature of the Atman as told in the Upanishad. So Jnana Yoga is the fruition of Karma Yoga. However, this step is optional, as what I told you earlier. Now that is about the 23rd sloka. Karmayogas tapastirtha dana yajnari sevanam jnanayogo jitaswantaihi parishuddhatmani sthitihi. Next comes the 24th shloka, which is bhakti yoga paraikanta pritya dhyanadishu sthitihi trayanam api dharmanam tribhiranyonya sangamaha. Bhakti yoga paraikanta pritya dhyanadishu sthitihi trayanam api yoganam Tribhiranyonya Sangamaha means Bhakti Yoga is Para Ekanta Pritya, by one pointed love for the Parama Purusha, that is Sriman Narayana, Dhyana Adishu Sthitihi, being fully established in meditating upon him and others, worshipping, paying obeisance, etc. Trayanam api yoganam. If one gets a question whether Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga are all independent of each other, no, that's Yamunacharya says no. Trayanam api yoganam, in all of these types of yogas, Tribhiranyonya Sangamaha, each of these 3 yogas, the other 2 are inherently mixed. So you cannot have pure Karma Yoga or pure Bhakti Yoga or pure Jnana Yoga. There will be elements of each of the 3, each of them in everything is what is told. Bhakti Yoga is a state of being in one-pointed affection towards Parama Purusha, Sriman Narayana, being fully established in meditating upon him, worshipping him, offering obeisance to him. In each of these 3 yogas, the other 2 are inherently mixed, meaning that Karma Yoga has elements of Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga within itself, and Karma Yoga being more predominant. Similarly, for the other 2 is what is told by Swami Yamunacharya. Trayanamapi yoganam tribhiranyonya sangamaha. So there is a explanation given by Swami Vedanta Deshikar, which we will see now. Atha antarangaihi saha bhakti yogam lakshayati. So the characteristics of bhakti yoga are told. Parasmin brahmani ekantena pritihi paraikanta pritihi tena mahaniya vishaye pritihi bhaktihi iti lakshanam suchitam. Bhakti is single-pointed love, devotion to the Supreme Brahman. In chapter 14, Krishna tells about avyabhicharini bhakti. So as the lakshana, as the characteristics of a gunatita. Now, as I told you last week, about 3-4 weeks back, there was a lecture series in the Guruvayurappan temple in Bangalore, and then in one of the lectures, Swami Sridhar Swami told, H.R. Sridhar sir told about one small story about Kanchipuram Brahmotsavam, which was told by Tirukkunandai Andavan Swamihal. Of course, he was the previous to previous Andavan Swamihal. So he told one anecdote from there. So in Kanchipuram during Brahmotsavam, it is supposed to be very, very hot. So temperatures are very high. the temperatures are high. So therefore, what happens? There are some people who are engaged in Vishri Sevai, means Chamra Sevai, means the Chamra, the swaying of the fan on the Lord. So the person engaged in Chamra Seve, Vishri Seve, if that person feels that anyway it's very hot, we are, waving the fan to the Lord. So at that time, let some of the air also come upon us. If that feeling comes to the person, means when anyway I am waving the fan, so some of the cool air also let it come to me. If that kind of feeling comes in the mind of the person who is waving the fan, then that is not pure bhakti. So it is dosha yukta kainkaryam is what they say. It is filled with taint. So the person should have no value of comfort for that, for himself. All the comfort should be for the mentioned, all the work done should be for the purpose of the Lord. That is one aspect of avyabhicharini bhakti or paraikanta bhakti. Single pointed devotion, no other concern about anything worldly concern at all. Completely everything is related to Bhagavan only. Bhagavan should be happy. That kind of feeling is avyabhicharini bhakti or that is paraikanta bhakti. It's very difficult to attain paraikanta bhakti. So it is here in the same lecture series, Swami Narasimhan also told about one thing which Dr. N.S. Anantarangachar has told, which is he chooses him who chooses him. So capital first he and the last him are in capitals. So they are referring to Paramatman. So Paramatman chooses that person who chooses Paramatman is what is told. So he chooses him who chooses him. That is real avyabhicharini bhakti. If I choose anything other than Paramatman, then I am not choosing Paramatman. So I am choosing something else worldly also, which is not, then Paramatman will not choose me. So that's what is told. So the avyabhicharini bhakti will make Paramatman choose us. That's what is the avyabhicharini bhakti which we have to follow. Now, Sneha Purvam Anudhyanam Bhaktirittabhidiyate ityadi Anusarena Lakshyas. Okay, Bhakti Yoga is dhyana done with love. Bhakti Yoga is nothing but dhyana done with love. Lakshya Swarupam Dhyana Shabdena Uktam. The goal is indicated by the word dhyana. Adi Shabdena Archana Pranamadi Antaranga Varga Sangraha. Adi indicates Archana, Pranama, etc. Uktancha Vedartha Sangrahe. Now, Swami Vedanta Deshikar quotes from Vedartha Sangraha. In Vedartha Sangraha, Bhashyakar, that is Bhagavad Ramanuja, in the very beginning itself tells this statement, which I'll tell you now. Ashesha Jagadhita Anushasana Shruti Nikara Shirasi Samadhikataha Ayam Arthaha. This is the meaning. From all the Vedas and Upanishads, this is the meaning. What is the meaning? Jiva para yathatmya jnana purvaka varnashrama dharma iti kartavyataka Paramapurusha Charana Yugala Dhyana Archana Pranamadi Atyartha Priyaha Tat Prapti Phalaha Iti. So the meaning of this is the crown of the Vedas, the Upanishads, which lays down the good for the whole world, enshrines this one truth. What is that? A seeker after first acquiring a true understanding of the Jivatman and the Paramatman, Jiva Para Yathatmya Jnana Purvaka. A seeker after attaining, acquiring a true understanding of the Jivatman and Paramatman and equipped with the performance of duties pertaining to his station in life. Varnashrama Dharma iti kartavyataka. So, performance of duties for his station in life, for his varna and ashrama, must devote himself Parama Purusha Charana Yugala Dhyana Archana Pranamadihi Atyartha Priyaha Tat Prapti Phalaha. Must devote himself to the Dhyana, Archana, Pranama of the blessed feet of the Parama Purusha. This done with immeasurable joy, Atyartha Priyaha, with infinite joy, leads to attainment of the Paramapurusha is what is told in the Geetaartha Sangraha. So that is what is quoted by Swami Vedanta Deshikar in this Geetaartha Sangraha Raksha. Then there is one more small explanation given here. Nanu karma yoge api atmajnanam aradhya priti cha anuvartate. So what means the meaning is, indeed in karma yoga also there will be jivatma jnana and priti, aradhya priti, bhakti in the God being worshipped, the Paramapurusha bhakti that is there. So karma yoga contains elements of jnana and bhakti. Point number 1. Jnana yoge api antahkarana shuddhyartham niyatam karma cha natyajyam tada aradhya ishvara bhakti cha. In jnana yoga also, in order for the inner sense organs, that is the mind, the intellect, the chitta, to be purified, karma should not be given up and there should be bhakti in the Lord. Next, evam bhakti yoge api taditara anuvritti siddha. In the same way, in bhakti yoga also, the other two are to be performed. Ataha vibhaga anupapattihi iti aha pradhana bhute kasminschit kshira sharkaradi nyayena gunataya itara anupravesha na vibhaga bhanjaka iti bhavaha. So Swami Vedanta Deshikar gives a example here by after telling there is no strict delineation between these three. Means you cannot say that I am 100% karma yogi without bhakti yoga or jnana yoga, or we cannot say the other about jnana yoga and bhakti yoga also. Jnana yoga for a karma yoga may have 60%, 70% content, but it will have some percent of bhakti yoga and jnana yoga also. Similarly for the other two also. For example, he gives an example is Kshira Sharkaradi Nyayena. In a mixture of milk and sugar, the presence of sugar only enhances the sweetness of the milk. So, if Karma Yoga has Bhakti Yoga, then the sweetness will increase still further. That's what is the meaning. So, in each of the things, the Trayanam api yoganam tribhiranyonya sangamaha. So, this is what is the shloka. So, these are the two shlokas which we saw today. Karma yoga tapastirtha dana yajnadi sevanam jnana yogo jitasvantaihi parishuddhatmani sthitihi bhakti yoga paraikanta pritya jnanadishu sthitihi trayanam api yoganam tribhiranyonya sangamaha. Now, the shloka number 25 of the Geetaartha Sangraha has a very detailed explanation for in the Geetaartha Sangraha Raksha by Swami Vedanta Deshikar, which we will see next time. Now, as I said, the Sri Bhashyam class is advanced by half an hour. So, I would like to end the session. If there are any questions, if I can answer, I'll answer. Otherwise, we'll close the session early so that you have time for dinner and refreshment, and you can continue attending the session at 8:30 in the evening. If there are any questions, I can try to answer. Otherwise, we'll close. Hello, we can close. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Mande Jagadguram Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu Srimate Ramanujayanam. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you very much.
Srimate Ramanujayanam. We'll close.